Oh, hello there. I didn't see you come in. Interesting. Well, anyway, I'll be watching Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I guess. And I'm just gonna do that quickly before it gets too late, so you can just stay there and wait for me after I watch this movie. It won't be too long. Just don't change your browser. I'll be right back. Huh. Wow. You know, this movie was actually pretty good. Better than what I thought it was going to be. It exceeded my expectations of the movie when I first looked at the outline of the movie on Google. So one thing I'd like to point out before I go on with this movie review. I think the creators were kind of, showing the differences between the real world and the fake world, which is like Hollywood and crap, just kind of overhyping everything and just making everything more exaggerated in that world, and that everything, the real world, was kind of real. And it just, I don't know, that's what made the movie really good and what captivated me to watch this whole thing. Plus, Arnold Schwarzenegger's in it, so when you see a movie with him in it, you'd have to expect unnecessary explosions, killing, death, flying, crazy monkeys going everywhere. And it was good. It exceeded my expectations, like I said earlier, and it fulfilled my needs. Bloodlust. It made me giggle. It made me laugh. Made me a little concerned at times. A little bit of action here. A little bit of laughter here. Melded into one giant grease ball, and what do you get? A grease ball. Well, it's more than like an awesome ball, I guess. More than a grease ball. Don't get me wrong, because the movie was pretty awesome. So I'm just going to chuck that grease ball and just take this awesome ball and just set it on my desk right here. And just let it soak in my wooden desk. And make it rot. Not saying that's a bad thing or anything. I don't even know where I'm going with this. So on with the movie review. What did I think about this movie? It wasn't the best movie, but it certainly wasn't the worst. It seemed a little bit long though, for 2 hours, and not many movies can pull that off. It had a decent plot, I guess. The characters in the movie were alright, except for Danny, which I really hated his character. He was a little smartass prick. Sorry, I didn't like his character. He was annoying, and I don't know if you're gonna side with me on here, but I thought he was really annoying. But anyway, this whole movie is really about this kid named Danny, lives with his mother, no father, sad story, oh well. And he had this kind of a movie fetish where he has to watch these movies starring Arnold Schwarzenegger called Slater. There's like 3 of them so far, and then the 4th one's coming out later, and he's going to get a pre-screening at this abandoned New York City theater with this guy who works there. His name's like Nick, and he's this really old guy, and it's kind of creepy. And I really don't get why his mother lets him do these kinds of things. First off, you let your child roam around New York City by himself. Let him go watch movies whenever he wants at an abandoned, sort of run-down kind of theater that's not doing very well, run by this old dude who could potentially be a sex offender. But I guess in New York, parenting can be a bit different, I guess? I don't know. So I'll wrap this up nice and quickly. Danny goes to a pre-screening of Slayer 4 at this New York City movie theater run by Nick. He's given a golden ticket from Nick, who got it from Houdini, which of course has magical powers. So only about a few minutes into the movie, by the powers of his magical golden ticket, Danny is thrown into the movie itself and is now part of Slayer 4. So throughout the whole time that Danny's in the movie world, he is so persistent to try to get everyone to believe that they're in a movie. He tries to convince Jack Slayer. He doesn't believe him, obviously. Eventually he does at the end of the movie, but blah-de-da-de-da. Go back to your own world, Danny. Go screw with your own people. And he's such a little smartass. He's just saying all these stupid things like, oh, you gonna say this, I know you're gonna say this, I know you're gonna do this, you've done this, so you should do this, and blah-de-da-de-da. And it's really annoying how he does that, and I just want to punch him in the face. Sorry, I'm losing track here. Danny's an idiot. Oh yeah, I knew that. And so anyway, eventually everything goes to hell because of Danny. The bad guy that they're trying to catch goes into the real world where Danny is from and just causes some chaos there, sort of, not really. They have to get him back from that world, back into his movie world, and it's just all a mess, but eventually everything's cleaned up like a freaking monkey, and everything's fine again, of course. Because that's how movies work. But other than Danny, the whole movie was good because a lot of little funny stuff happened throughout the whole film. A lot of little stupid cheesy one-liners and lots of little funny incidents that happen and unnecessary explosions. It almost reminded me of The Simpsons in that way. Like initially when Danny was thrown into the film, he lands in the back seat of Jack Slater's car. He's getting chased by some hooligans in a truck. So one of the guys in the truck comes after Jack Slater. I think he kicks him or punches him or shoots him somehow. He goes flying into an ice cream truck. It explodes like crazy. You see ice cream cone flying out of the truck towards one of the guys in the truck, hits him in the back of the head. He goes down, and there's only one guy left, I think. But later on you see that there's two guys left and they're shooting around. And it didn't make sense in that point. I don't know, continuity fail? Maybe I'm going crazy. One-liners! There's so many one-liners in this movie, it's amazing. I love it because it's so trying to prove a point in this stupid movie that there's so many stupid one-liners in lots of movies, and it just makes it really funny. Just like that one time when Slater dropped from the roof through the glass after that one guy with the glass eye told Danny that he molests children younger and smarter than him. I should tell you that I've killed smarter and younger people than you. And molested them. He just drops from the roof and he just grabs the guy's guns, points them at them, and he's like, hi, makes them shoot each other, they die, and it's amazing, I love it! High five! There's so many other one-liners in this movie that you have to watch it to believe it, you know, because it's so awesome. It makes the movie so stupid but so awesome at the same time. What should I give this movie? I don't know, it's hard to say, maybe like a 6.5 out of 10. Like, I don't know, it wasn't perfect, but it was still good, and it wasn't, you know, very a structural movie. It was just more of like one of those movies that are like, what? Hey! So, you know, 6.5 out of 10, that's the best I can do. What did you think about it? I will see you on the flip side. But overall, it was very enjoyable, and, I don't know, it was worth watching, I'd say. Oh, hello!